It is 11:30 in the morning, and someone just sat down at the kitchen table with what they believe is the safest lunch possible. A large bowl of fresh salad, colorful, filled with vegetables, and not a single piece of fried food or dessert anywhere near the plate. They even chose the fat-free dressing from the supermarket, the one with the green label that says light, diet, and zero cholesterol on the front. But what this person does not know is that inside that innocent-looking bowl, there is a silent combination that may spike their blood sugar. Higher than a plate of white pasta, higher than 2 slices of bread, and they will not feel a single symptom until the damage is already done inside. Millions of people over 55 are eating salads every single day, convinced they are protecting themselves from diabetes complications. But could the bowl you trust the most be quietly pushing your glucose higher than you ever imagined, without a single warning from your body? If you have type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, what you are about to discover may completely change the way you see food, and it may save your life. This video is not telling you to stop eating vegetables or to avoid salads completely. That would be dangerous and completely wrong for your health. The goal here is awareness, not panic, because knowledge is what truly protects you and the people you love from silent glucose damage every single day. If this information is already opening your eyes, please like this video right now. Subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Send this to someone in your family who has diabetes or prediabetes. It could prevent a very serious problem. And leave a comment telling me this. Do you usually eat salad for lunch or dinner, and do you add any dressing or topping to it? I want to know what you are eating right now. Your blood sugar is not controlled by willpower or by how much you want to be healthy. It is controlled by what you put inside your body and how it reacts. When you eat carbohydrates, your intestine breaks them down into glucose, and that glucose enters your bloodstream within minutes after swallowing. In a healthy body, the pancreas releases insulin immediately, and that insulin works like a key that opens the doors of your cells so glucose can enter. But after 55, especially if you have been living with high blood sugar for years, those doors start to jam. They do not open as easily anymore. And here is the part most people never learn, even people who have been diabetic for decades, without anyone ever explaining this to them clearly. The speed at which glucose enters your blood matters just as much as the total amount, because a sharp spike damages your blood vessels much more. A slow gradual rise in glucose after a meal is manageable. Your body can handle it, but a sudden spike is like a hammer hitting your arteries from the inside. And scientists discovered that certain foods we believe are safe, especially salads with hidden ingredients, cause spikes sharper than pure table sugar. Dangerous ingredient number 1, croutons and bread-based toppings, the most obvious offender that still sneaks into almost every restaurant salad you order. Croutons are made from white bread that has been fried or baked with oil, salt, and sometimes sugar, and they behave in your body like eating candy. A handful of croutons, which is about 3 tablespoons, contains the same amount of fast-digesting carbohydrate as half a slice of white bread or more. But because they are small, crunchy, and mixed with lettuce, your brain does not register them as bread, so you eat them without any concern at all. The glycemic index of white bread is 75, which means it raises blood sugar almost as fast as pure glucose, and croutons are even worse because of the oil. A woman in her early 60s told her doctor she could not understand why her glucose was always high after lunch, even though she only ate salad every day. When the doctor asked her to describe the salad in detail, she mentioned croutons, tortilla strips, and fried onions on top, all bread or starch in disguise. Her fasting glucose was 130, but 2 hours after that salad it was over 200, higher than if she had eaten a bowl of white rice. Never stop any medication your doctor has prescribed without talking to them first. But you can remove croutons from your salad starting today, no permission needed. Replace them with a small handful of unsalted pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds, which add the same crunch but stabilize glucose instead of spiking it. If you eat out and the salad comes with croutons, ask the server to remove them before the plate reaches your table, or push them to the side immediately. Your mission right now is this. Check your kitchen and throw away any bag of croutons, tortilla strips, or fried toppings you've been adding to salads. And the next time you see your doctor, ask them this exact question. Could the toppings I add to my salad be spiking my glucose without me realizing it? This is not about giving up flavor or crunch. This is about protecting your blood vessels, your kidneys, and your eyes from damage you cannot see or feel. Because every single glucose spike over 180 damages the tiny blood vessels in your retina, and that damage does not heal, it only accumulates. Croutons may seem harmless, but for someone over 55 with diabetes, they are a silent threat hiding in plain sight on top of your healthiest meal. Dangerous ingredient number 2, sweet dried fruits like raisins, cranberries, and candied pecans, which restaurants and salad bars love to add for color. Dried fruit is not the same as fresh fruit, not even close, because when you remove the water, you concentrate the sugar into a tiny, calorie-dense package. 2 tablespoons of raisins contain the same amount of sugar as eating a whole apple, but without the fiber and water that slow down glucose absorption. Dried cranberries sold in stores are almost always sweetened with added sugar or fruit juice concentrate, which makes them behave like candy in your bloodstream. Candied pecans or glazed walnuts are even worse because they are coated with sugar syrup before roasting, so you are eating nuts plus pure glucose at the same time. A man in his late 50s ate a spinach salad every afternoon with a handful of dried cranberries, thinking he was making the healthiest possible choice for lunch. His blood sugar was spiking to 210 every single afternoon, and he had no idea why, because in his mind, fruit was natural and therefore safe. When his doctor told him to test his glucose 30 minutes after eating that exact salad, the number shocked him. It was higher than after eating dessert. He replaced the dried cranberries with half a sliced green apple, which has fiber and water, and his post-meal glucose dropped by more than 40 points immediately. Do not assume that because something is made from fruit, it cannot harm your glucose control. The form and quantity matter more than the source in this case. If you love the sweetness that dried fruit adds to your salad, use fresh berries instead, like blueberries, strawberries, or raspberries, but only a small handful. Your mission is this: go to your pantry right now and check the ingredient list on any bag of dried fruit you have been eating. Look for added sugar or syrup. And ask your doctor this question during your next visit: how much fresh fruit can I safely eat in one meal without spiking my glucose above 180? This is not about eliminating fruit from your life forever. This is about understanding that dried fruit and fresh fruit are two completely different things for your blood sugar. Because after 55, your pancreas cannot recover as quickly from a glucose spike, and repeated spikes every single day quietly destroy your circulation and nerves. Dangerous ingredient number 3, starchy add-ins disguised as vegetables, especially corn, boiled potato cubes, and large portions of peas in your salad bowl. Your eyes see these ingredients, and your brain registers them as vegetables, but your body processes them as pure starch, almost identical to eating bread. 1 cup of corn kernels contains 30 grams of carbohydrate, which is the same amount as 2 slices of white bread, and it raises glucose just as fast. Boiled potato cubes are even worse, because cooking potatoes at high heat breaks down their fiber structure, turning them into fast-digesting sugar in your intestine. Peas are not as dangerous as corn or potato, but a large portion, more than half a cup, still adds 15 grams of carbohydrate to a meal you thought was safe. A woman in her early 60s told her nutritionist she was eating salad for dinner every night, but her morning fasting glucose was still over 140. When the nutritionist asked her to describe the salad, she mentioned corn, peas, and diced potato, plus lettuce and tomato, which sounded healthy to her at the time. That salad contained more than 50 grams of carbohydrate, which is the same as eating a large bowl of pasta. But she never realized it because it looked like vegetables. She replaced the corn and potato with broccoli, cucumber, and bell pepper, and within 2 weeks her fasting glucose dropped to 110 without any medication change. Do not stop taking your diabetes medication without your doctor's approval, but you can start choosing non-starchy vegetables for your salad starting today with no risk. Non-starchy vegetables include lettuce, spinach, arugula, cucumber, celery, radish, bell pepper, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, zucchini, and green beans. Eat these freely. Your mission is this: the next time you make a salad, check every ingredient before it goes into the bowl and ask yourself, is this a starchy vegetable or a leafy one? And ask your doctor this exact question: should I be counting corn, peas, and potatoes as carbohydrates in my meal plan, the same way I count bread and rice? This is not about making your salad boring or tasteless. This is about making sure the bowl you trust is actually doing what you think it is doing for your glucose. Dangerous ingredient number 4, store-bought light, diet, or fat-free dressings, which are the single most deceptive product in the entire supermarket for diabetics. When manufacturers remove fat from a salad dressing, they have to replace it with something else, or the product tastes like water and nobody will buy it. So they add maltodextrin, glucose-fructose syrup, modified cornstarch, and sugar under 20 different names, all of which spike blood sugar faster than table sugar. Maltodextrin has a glycemic index of 110, which means it raises your blood sugar faster than eating pure glucose, and it is in almost every fat-free dressing. A single serving of fat-free ranch dressing, which is 2 tablespoons, can contain 8 grams of carbohydrate, and most of that is fast-digesting sugar in disguise. A man in his late 60s was using fat-free Italian dressing every day because his doctor told him to avoid fat, which was good advice but incomplete advice. His glucose was spiking to over 200 after lunch every single day, and he could not understand why because he was eating grilled chicken and salad with no bread. When his doctor asked him to bring the dressing bottle to the appointment, they looked at the ingredient list together, and sugar was the second ingredient listed. He switched to extra virgin olive oil with lemon juice, and within 1 week, His post-meal glucose dropped by 60 points without changing anything else in his diet. Never assume that a product labeled light, diet, or fat-free is automatically safe for diabetes. Always read the ingredient list and the carbohydrate count on the label. The safest dressing for blood sugar control is extra virgin olive oil mixed with vinegar or fresh lemon juice, which research shows can lower post-meal glucose spikes. Your mission is this: go to your refrigerator right now, take out every bottle of salad dressing you own, and read the ingredient list from top to bottom carefully. And ask your doctor this question: should I be avoiding fat-free dressings because of the hidden sugar, and is olive oil actually safer for my blood sugar and heart? This is not about giving up convenience or flavor. This is about understanding that the food industry often hides sugar where you least expect it, especially in diet products. Dangerous ingredient number 5. Pre-made supermarket and deli salads, which stack multiple glucose-spiking offenders into a single convenient plastic container. These salads almost always contain sweetened yogurt dressing, honey mustard glaze, or balsamic reduction, all of which are loaded with hidden sugar and syrup. A typical deli chicken Caesar salad contains croutons, Parmesan cheese mixed with starch, and a dressing made with sugar, oil, and sometimes high-fructose corn syrup. A pre-made Greek salad from the supermarket often includes candied nuts, dried cranberries, and a vinaigrette sweetened with honey or agave, which is just concentrated fructose. One container of store-bought salad can contain 30 to 40 grams of carbohydrate, and most people eat the entire container in one sitting without checking the label. A woman in her early 60s bought a pre-made quinoa salad from the supermarket every day for lunch because the package said organic, gluten-free, and heart-healthy. Her blood sugar was over 190 every afternoon, and she could not figure out why, because she thought quinoa was a superfood that could not possibly harm her. When her doctor asked her to bring the empty container to the next appointment, they read the label together, and the salad had 35 grams of carbohydrate per serving. She started making her own salad at home with dark leafy greens, grilled chicken, olive oil, and lemon juice, and her glucose dropped to 130 within days. Do not trust the front label of any pre-made salad. Always flip the container over and read the nutrition facts, especially the total carbohydrate and sugar content per serving. Your mission is this: if you buy pre-made salads, start reading the label before you buy it, and if the carbohydrate count is over 15 grams, leave it on the shelf. And ask your doctor this exact question: how many grams of carbohydrate should I be eating per meal to keep my blood sugar stable? And should I count salad dressings? This is not about cooking every single meal from scratch. This is about learning to read labels so you can make informed choices that protect your health after 55. Dangerous ingredient number 6, the most shocking and unexpected of all. Fruit-heavy salads marketed as the healthiest option, especially when eaten on an empty stomach. A salad made with mango, pineapple, grapes, watermelon, and a honey-lime dressing sounds fresh, natural, and harmless, but it is a glucose bomb in disguise for diabetics. Mango contains 25 grams of sugar per cup, pineapple contains 22 grams, grapes contain 23 grams, and watermelon contains 18 grams per 2 cups. When you combine all of these fruits into one bowl and eat it without any protein, fat, or fiber to slow digestion, your blood sugar can spike higher than after eating cake. The reason this is so dangerous is because your brain sees fruit and registers it as healthy, so you eat a large portion without any concern or hesitation at all. And when you eat fruit salad on an empty stomach, which many people do as a light breakfast or snack, there is nothing to buffer the sugar from hitting your bloodstream fast. A man in his late 50s started eating a large fruit salad every morning because his wife told him it was the healthiest breakfast possible, full of vitamins and antioxidants. His fasting glucose was 120, but 1 hour after eating that fruit salad, it was over 230, higher than after eating 2 slices of toast with jam. He was confused, frustrated, and scared because he thought he was doing everything right, and his body was punishing him anyway, which felt completely unfair to him. His doctor explained that fruit is healthy, but quantity, ripeness, and what you eat it with determine whether it helps or harms your blood sugar control after 55. He started eating a smaller portion of berries mixed with plain Greek yogurt and a handful of walnuts, and his post-meal glucose dropped to 150 within 1 week. This is the truth that gives this video its title. Death does not come from the salad itself. It comes from the hidden ingredients that turn a healthy meal into a glucose disaster. Your mission is this: if you eat fruit salad, limit the portion to half a cup, choose low-sugar fruits like berries, and always eat it with protein or fat to slow absorption. And ask your doctor this question: how much fruit can I safely eat in one meal, and should I avoid eating fruit on an empty stomach to prevent dangerous glucose spikes? This is not about giving up fruit forever. This is about understanding that after 55, your body processes sugar differently, and you need to adjust your portions accordingly. If you have been making all of these changes and your blood sugar is still not improving, Your body may be trying to tell you something that only a doctor can find. Sometimes high glucose is caused by medication side effects, undiagnosed thyroid problems, chronic stress, sleep apnea, or early kidney damage that needs immediate attention. If your fasting glucose is over 140 for more than 2 weeks, if you feel extremely thirsty or tired all the time, or if you are losing weight without trying, see a doctor immediately. These are not signs of failure. They are signs that your body needs professional help right now, and catching these problems early can prevent irreversible damage to your organs. Here is your action plan starting today. Build every salad on 3 pillars: fiber from dark leafy greens and broccoli, protein from egg or tuna or chicken, and healthy fat from avocado or olive oil. Dress your salad only with extra virgin olive oil plus vinegar or lemon juice, which research links to reduced post-meal glucose spikes, and avoid all store-bought dressings unless the carbohydrate count is under 3 grams. Eat the leaves and protein first, and if you add any starchy ingredient like corn or potato, eat it last and keep the portion to no more than 2 tablespoons per bowl. Ask your doctor these exact questions at your next visit. Should I be testing my glucose 2 hours after meals to see which foods spike it, and what is my target range? I once read about a woman who spent 10 years eating salad every single day for lunch, convinced she was doing everything right to control her diabetes and protect her heart. But her HbA1c kept climbing, her energy kept dropping, and she could not understand why her body was betraying her when she was trying so hard to be healthy every single day. It was only when a new doctor asked her to describe her salad in detail that she realized the croutons, dried cranberries, and fat-free dressing were sabotaging her glucose all along. Diabetes does not only take away your energy, it can take away your independence, your vision, and your ability to live the life you fought so hard to build over decades. Remember that bowl at the beginning, the one that looked so safe and healthy. Now you know the truth, and knowing is always the first step to changing everything that matters. Do not wait until your body sends a signal you can no longer ignore, like blurred vision or numbness in your feet, because by then, the damage is already done inside. If this video helped you see salad differently, please like it right now, share it with someone in your family who has diabetes, and watch the 2 videos on the screen. If this video helped you see salad differently, please like it right now, share it with someone in your family who has diabetes, and watch the 2 videos on the screen.